Hey everyone, welcome to a live comedy performance. As you can see, I'm wearing a tie. I don't normally do this for you guys, so be appreciative. Yeah, whatever, it's good enough. And, I'm thinking of doing a little bit of improv, as well as some jokes I thought up in my head. But, yeah. I'm just going to wait until some people show up in the chat. Oh, hey! So, welcome to a live comedy night with me. We don't have any other comedians since they all are booked at other venues, aka more important places. But you gotta make do with what you have, like a budget comedian. Yeah. It's not over yet, dude. It's not over. It's not over. But, we kind of do. Yeah. Sometimes I like to picture myself with big muscles. But just like picturing myself winning the Olympic Games, I realize if I were to get big muscles, that would mean I would have to basically exercise for my entire life. And, I'm not against that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, cool. I'm kind of a book nerd. Like just this Christmas, I got a couple books. One of them was Clifford Goes to the ER After Eating Chocolate. Curious George Gets Banana Dysfunction. I don't know what banana dysfunction is, but I don't think kids should know what it is, okay? And, I also got one titled Arthur, The Life and Times of Arthur. It was just that. Wasn't even the Arthur we know. It was just a different Arthur. But none of those books thrilled me at all, so I stuck to the literary classics like To Mock a Killingbird, Lord of the Butterflies, and, Quiet of the Sheep, which had a movie of a guy yelling at this random sheep farmer saying, "If your sheep bail one more time, I'll spray them with a hose." But yeah, either way, I just, I just been like reading. Granted, most of the stuff I have been reading is digital because you can learn a lot from the internet. In fact, I get my news information from memes. It's the only reliable source of news in this day and age. Memes. Don't believe me? I wouldn't have Yeah. I did. It almost plate-toed me. It almost dropped the turtle on my freaking head. Actually, is that Plato? I think that was a different Greek philosopher. I don't even know. But yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Let me tell you guys a story. Yeah, that's how I get my news information. You can't trust Fox. You can't trust CNN. You can't trust MSNBC, MSBSC. So I just trust the memes because there has to be some kernels of truth in them. But yeah, it reminds me of a story. This is the story of Ken. Ken, the guy who likes to sleep. Oh boy. Ken used to sleep all day and all night. And, when you sleep all day and all night, people genuinely don't like you. But, it could be worse. Well, it did get worse because he slept and he died and went to hell. And guess what? The devil was like, "Here's your punishment, Ken. You get to sleep all day, but on these tiny little tissue papers that people sneeze on." And that's how we have napkins. So yeah, take that, Ken. Yeah, Ken's a sleepy feller. That's how we have napkins. Anyways. There's also yeah. You know, I always had a question. What was that? What's that thing? Yeah, Ken got what he had coming. He didn't really do anything, but sloth is considered a seven deadly sin, so that's why he went to hell. You know? So I guess sleeping all day really does kick your ass, huh? Oh well. Yeah. I gotta pick that up. It did not go in the trash can. Whatever. Trash can, smash can. Yeah. You know, I have other questions about reality. I always have questions. Always questions. Questions that I don't even think God himself could answer. Like, why the hell is Black Friday? What the hell do you do if Black Friday's on a Saturday? Like, what do they do on Saturday after Black Friday? What happens? Seriously, do they like shut down the store and have to clean it? I don't know. Oh, thanks for the compliment. But yeah, every Black Friday, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I didn't get drafted. But yeah. Yeah. Another great question I have is, Elvis? Elvis, the guy who, was fat and died fat? Always had a question. You know how he died on the toilet? Did he die eating a sandwich on the toilet? This has genuinely bothered me. Like, did he eat a sandwich and then die on the toilet? Because if so, does this mean it wasn't the toilet that killed the king? It wasn't the throne that killed the king. It was his meal. Wow. And other questions. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Like, we literally named an entire sandwich after him, and that sandwich has literally killed an elephant at one point. Elephants. God, I love elephants. Sometimes I wonder, why did we make the Republican Party an elephant? And yeah. Oh God, I have to use a toilet. You know what? I can hold it. No, I can't. But yeah, I'm just gonna use the bathroom real quick. So hold tight. Oh boy, this is painful. Now I see what Elvis had to deal with his final moments. God. Yeah. So, yeah, there is an elephant in the room. It's in the toilet as well. I crapped an elephant. Well, to be fair, it was a broken, brutal elephant, but I crapped an elephant nonetheless. There's some questions I also need answers to, like, if the Trojan horse exists, what the hell is the Trojan donkey? Like, I asked this to a couple of friends. They said, oh, the Trojan donkey is where they throw all the rejects in to throw it off a cliff. I'm like, so the Trojan donkey is like the Trojan horse, but instead of being used to win a war, it's being used as eugenics. Why? Like, that seems stupid. Like, at least sacrifice them. What do you get out of it building a stupid Trojan donkey? And not, I don't know, just sacrificing them like the humane way in the Greek old days. Yeah, some questions are best left unanswered. Like babies. Where do they come from? Probably the same place where hot dogs come from. Some fucked up place. But, we can deal with that. Oh, don't get me started on babies. Oh, yeah, all roads lead to eugenics. Don't get me started on it. Like, it doesn't matter what road you're taking, it's always going to lead to eugenics at one point. Like, seriously, I'm like, oh, abortion, eugenics. Oh, racism, eugenics. Oh, sexism, eugenics. It's like, at what point does it not lead to eugenics? I'll tell you when. Never. Which is why we need to ban that. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably the most likely candidate for eugenics. So that's probably why. But, yeah. The point I'm trying to make here is, right, back on topic. I used to have this weird thought about how babies were born. Like, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but, like, the movie Aliens? I think I may have saw that when I was, like, 5, which, terrible parenting decision on my parents' behalf, but, good decision on filmmaker behalf. I don't even know. All I'm gonna say is it gave me this weird warped view on how women give birth to babies. It's like, so the stork comes at a woman, it just puts its butt on the woman's face and it lays an egg inside her mouth. And then, hear what happens. The stork egg then turns into a baby. And it bursts out of the woman's stomach like a chest burster. Blah! Yeah. I'm like, so how have you not died by this, Mom? She was looking at me like, we really need to teach you sex education. But, I mean, to be fair, if I was able to handle Alien, I guess I was able to handle sex education. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah. My life is weird. Like, I used to have weird dreams about walking on walls. Now I have weird dreams about being in my underwear and being harassed by literally everyone. Yeah. I can't even escape nightmares in my dreams. My dreams suck. But, there's better things than having dreams, like being an insomniac, Wait a minute, if I'm an insomniac, why do I have a sleep paralysis demon? Oh, shit. Someone fetch me my rifle. I'm going sleep paralysis demon hunting. Actually, you know what? I think that was my brother or my father. Yeah, I know. I always wondered if there's such things as extra small condoms. Do people even buy them? Like, at that point, you're just admitting it. And that's more embarrassing than just being a fodder at that point. Like, it's not even worth it. You should just become a fodder if you have to buy extra small condoms. Yeah. Why do I have any room to talk? I mean, to be fair, I don't even know what the average dick size is, so whatever. Yeah. You know what else I have problems with? Extraterrestrials. Oh yeah, extraterrestrials. Don't get me started on ET. Oh man. Like when he was saying phone home, I was like, okay. I ringed him up. I was like, hey, ET, can you call? Can I call you, buddy? He was like, no, I'm on home. Fuck off. Yeah, ET's kind of an asshole if you aren't a child. Yeah. There are other problems with ET, like how he tried to. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to plug this in real quick. Oh, shit. But you. What the hell's happening? I don't know if you guys could see it, but my computer's freaking out. It's like if an autistic child and a schizophrenic child were combined and someone gave them morphine. That's a weird description, but it's the only one I got. But yeah. There are other problems I have. Being an autist myself, I always wonder. Because, with autism, you can be really hyper focused on something really stupid. There's something you don't understand with, neurodivergent people is when you have autism, you focus on something really hard. You focus on it so hard, it becomes almost an obsession. When you have ADHD, you can't focus on anything, and you're just crazy wild child. I have both. My life is living hell. I can't function. I'm not robot. I am broom. That is basically what happens. I'm not hot. I just need to do that. Oh, you also have autism. Okay, cool. You watch television for 23 hours a day? Do you sleep 1 hour? If you sleep 1 hour, oh wow. Yeah. Dang. There are other things that grind my gears too. Like, how there's the baker's dozen, which is 13, and I'm like, wait, the bakers not know how to fucking count? Or is it that they're just really generous? I have to go with the first one because I once asked a baker for an extra cookie. He cursed my entire bloodline with diabetes. Yeah. I guess that's why I'm fat. Fuck you, baker. Anyways. So, God, nose. I have a runny nose. It's so runny, I might as well call it an Iran nose. Actually, I shouldn't call it that because the U.S. might bomb my nose, Yeah. Sussy bakers. At least they're not sussy bacas. Okay, who's pinging me? I mean, at this time of night, shouldn't be pinged. Yeah, whatever, care. I pinged people before. I should probably shut up. You know what they say about television, right? Whenever I try to turn on a TV, I always get met with the same static. But whenever I try to turn on a computer, I always get met with the same thing. Sorry, you're being hacked. I'm like, Can you hack my TV? Because at least that gives me a break from the static. Q. Anyways. Oh, yeah, being pinged should be a crime, but then again, I'd be arrested like 500 times. So, yeah. Whoa. As you can see, I'm pretty much good at karate. Somewhat. Yeah. You know, I also had this weird conspiracy theory. I had this weird conspiracy theory before I knew better. I like to call it every character is a different character from a TV show. Like, if I heard a character who had the same voice as another character from a different TV show, I would immediately think, hold on, is that the same person? And it got even weirder when I found out that they were all voiced by the same actor. I was like, hold on, were they playing the same character? And I was like, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm being an idiot. They were playing different characters. They just kept the same fucking voice. Like, at least change it up so I don't look like an idiot. But yeah. Okay. Not cool. Anyways. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the world is a stage. You know, sometimes I like to think, okay, reality feels more fake than fiction, you know? Reality feels more fake than fiction. I'm just going to say it. Like, the whole story of Christian just felt like a fucking movie. Like, whenever I go tune into that stupid documentary, I'm like, how is this real? How is this not a fucking movie? Turns out, not only is it all real, but, like, it's all unscripted, so it's even dumber. Yes, I know, there's a ping. Yeah. I'm gonna get a drink real quick. I need to cool off. Plus my throat's sore. Oh my god. There are other problems I've been dealing with, you know. I used to have depression, but, you know. Yeah, it's even funnier. You know, I used to have depression, but, you know, that got depressed of me, so it left. Now I just have abandonment issues. Thanks, depression. Anyways. So, yeah. I gotta get another sip. This isn't alcohol, by the way. This is iced tea. I'm an iced tea-aholic. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. 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 You know, sometimes I like to picture the sun. You know, sometimes I like to scream at the sun saying, can't you explode any faster? The truth is, it won't. Because guess what? The sun hates you. It hates all of us. So it's just going to mind its time while it tries not to explode itself. Man, this universe sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? Today's sponsor. Absolutely nothing, because I'm broke. Yeah, I wish I had money. Okay. I hurt myself. Yeah. You know, I remember this one song that pissed me off so badly. It was apparently... Oh, yeah, I have howled at the moon sometimes, mostly because I have autism. Autistic people just do it sometimes. No reason. We're werewolves. Oh, speaking of werewolves, I was at a Wolves game the other day. I wrote on a sign, "Where's the wolves?" They did not like it. They threw it away. Stop that, dude. You came here for comedy. Shut up. I'm just saying. I have autism too, so yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay. Sometimes I like to. There's certain times. So how many of you are familiar with the Charlie Kirk guy who just died? I'm not gonna make a joke about his assassination, but I'm like, oh God. I'm just mad. I'm not gonna hurt myself. What do you mean? I'm just mad he got assassinated, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, well, you can do this. Wow. So, yeah. I'm gonna go do something real quick. I have a bobblehead of myself. I like to call it the mini me. It's also a knight in shiny armor, the thing I'm very much not. Yeah. And as you can see, I'm pretty much, I don't know. Man, sometimes I wonder why? So, oh yeah, I stepped on something. Yeah, me, clumsy. I just stepped on something. Okay. I see you're really serious. I'm sorry if I seem like a jerk right now. I'm trying to blow off some steam. Yeah. Anyways, about the Charlie Kirk guy. So I was watching one of his latest videos, somewhat latest. Get this. He said today was the worst week of his life. This was this week, by the way. He said that. And believe it or not, but he also advertised his Utah thing. So this gave me some very similar vibes to when Lincoln was about to get assassinated. He had a dream of his own funeral, and I'm just saying it just lines up. Like, oh my God, man, Jesus. I need to sit down. Why am I so tired? I mean, I know it's nighttime, but I shouldn't be that tired. I don't sleep. I breathe. Anyways. Whew. Yeah, Jeebus, indeed. May he save us. May he save us. So, yeah. I'm just going to go do something real quick. I'm just going to check out my notification. It's because I don't have any jokes right now. No, you're good. I'm just, kind of tired. You know what? I think I'll come back out. Actually, one last check something. Yeah, yeah, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. Don't you worry about a thing. So yeah, I don't even have any other jokes. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I'm going to bed. Good night.